Hello student, glad to welcome you back. In this video, we are going to discuss about what is a resolution of force. I am going to explain this concept to you with some examples. This concept is essential and important for every student studying mechanical engineering. You know that many forces can be replaced by a single force. That single force is called resultant force or equivalent force. The process of finding a resultant force is called composition of forces. Here, resolution of forces is nothing but it is a reverse of composition of forces. A force can be split into an infinite number of components along infinite directions. Usually, a force is split into two mutually perpendicular components, one along the x direction and the other along the y direction. Such components that are mutually perpendicular are called rectangular components. The process of obtaining the components of a force is called resolution of a force. Let me explain with an example. Consider this force F. This force F can be split into an infinite number of components along infinite directions. Usually, this force F is split into two mutually perpendicular components, one along the x direction and the other along the y direction. These components are called rectangular components. In summary, resolution of a force means it is the process of splitting the given force into a number of components. A force is generally resolved along the two mutually perpendicular directions. Then that components are called rectangular components. This force F makes an angle theta with x-axis. The component of the force F along x-axis is called Fx, that is given by the formula F cos theta, and the component of the force along y-axis is given by Fy, that is equal to F sin theta. This formula can be used as long as the theta is from the x-axis. This image explains to you how to represent a force direction. If a force acts on a first quadrant while splitting, the horizontal component of the given force act along the positive x direction and vertical force act along the y direction. If this arrowhead is directing or moving away from the origin, then the component arrowheads also moving away from the origin. If this direction is towards the origin, then the direction of the components also change accordingly. It is convenient to have Fx equal to F cos theta, Fy equal to F sin theta, and always measure angle from horizontal reference. That is, it should be an acute angle. If the direction of the x and y axis are not indicated, then the direction of the right side x is considered positive and the direction of the upward y is considered positive. In some cases, if the xy direction given, then those directions marked with x and y will be considered positive.